It's not what you
The Get Right podcast.
The podcast is Can't Get Right podcast.
All right, so we got a lot going on with the government SNAP benefits being cut, being partially served. And one of the things that I was thinking about, one of the questions we wanted to talk about was like, who is at fault mainly? Like, who do y'all believe is at fault? Do you believe it's the Republicans? Do you believe it's the Democrats? Do you believe it's us? It's not as far as taking more responsibility, stepping up as far as depending on the government. And we just wanted to know everybody's thoughts and how y'all feel about it. So if you do have an opinion of who you think is responsible for this situation we in, leave it in the comments. Let us know how y'all feel. We definitely get back and respond to every comment posted. But we're going to start this one off with Rob. How do you feel about these SNAP benefits being cut? How you feel about the current regime, and is they doing a good enough job to get things in place, or is it the Democrats that's holding everything up?
Well, I know it's nothing the Republicans can do to change what's going on because it's all on the Democrats. But I don't put it all on the Democrats. I put it on, and I talked to Peter about this earlier. I feel the disabled people, military people, and probably people that probably just had babies or something like that. Maybe for like the first maybe 6 months to a year, But after that, if you're able-bodied and can work, go find a job, So I put a lot of it on the people, man. It's nowhere in the world 47 million people should need, need help, Yeah. Like in America, like that's a big chunk. That's like that's over 25% of America, I think. That's crazy. We don't have that. I don't see enough mentally stable and I don't see enough mentally stable people like that. The unstable.
Mentally unstable.
Yeah, unstable. Yeah, mentally unstable people to kind of like equate that to. Like that's a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like 47 million.
So you feel like there's a lot of people in there that's just relying on it, becoming enabled by it? You don't think there's that many that's actually in need of it?
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people not in need of it. I mean, we see jobs out here every day. Mm-hmm. We see the job market is wide open right now. You can find a job. I'm putting it like this. And I said this the other day. The whole month of October, mm-hmm. we had no benefit. They had no benefits, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. They knew in November it was a chance
that it was getting cut.
No one went and tried. It's nothing to join an Uber app or a Lyft app or a Uber Eats or just go deliver some food on a bike or a moped or something like that, and just get the money up to for the hard times, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like I said, like if you do got all these kids then you need to have some type of a good relationship with the baby father to where, if you go through some hard times, then he don't mind stepping up and helping you. Like y'all stop arguing with the men and come together like a family's supposed to do. That's a big problem in America right now. Like the families are divided. And that's really that's one of the biggest issues. Like families are too divided. Like our neighbors are divided. Like people don't talk to their neighbors anymore. Like, what I'm saying? You live next to you live in the whole neighborhood. You maybe talk to one neighbor. When I was growing up, everybody knew each other in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, when I grew up, we was outside playing. Everybody. Yeah, I always say that. Like, I feel like it was safer back then.
And the crazy thing about it, like around my house, I know the kids in the neighborhood, but I don't see nobody else in the neighborhood necessarily talking to the kids or anything like that. And the reason why I know them is because I have a child too, so the kids come by the house and stuff like that. But it's a weird situation to come outside and see a face that you see all the time, and they never speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can wave your hand, and they drive under the car just like okay.
So just to be clear, your solution is more community. Sticking together better and being more responsible.
We need less government, more community. Mm-hmm. The more we come together, the better we'll be.
And you don't feel like it's the Democrats or the Republicans' fault. You feel like it's what exactly? Just so I'm clear.
Yeah. It's not. It's the people's fault for relying so much on the government, because this is what's going on. The government knows that people are clamoring for this money, so they're using it against each other, and we're the ones that's, well, not us, but the people that the citizens that need it are suffering because so many people need it. If it was like 20,000 people that needed it, then it wouldn't affect anything. They were like, give them the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
47 million. That's like, they said it's $9 billion a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To fund $9 billion a month to fund.
But then, and not to go into that, but I'm sure it's somebody already that's gonna go into the numbers of how much they spending on other shit that's unnecessary. So that $9 billion gonna be like minute to that point.
And we've seen videos of people already complaining that, I was getting $4,000 a month. I was getting $3,000 a month.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, and you're seeing that, but then you'll see some old lady that actually really needed and can barely work getting like $88 a month. But you just find this able-bodied person just using the system getting $4,000 a month.
So just so we clear before we let Chuck go, Rob is saying that if you able-bodied, you really hurting people that actually need it. Instead of blaming the government, you should take responsibility and get up on your own too, if possible. So that people that actually do need it,
you can just get up and go.
That's what I'm saying. The people that's possible to do it.
Oh yeah.
If you are possible, like people that actually need it can benefit from it. So in times like this, it won't hurt everybody in that sense of people that need it, military, children, elderly, stuff like that.
So as far as this government shutdown and the SNAP benefits, like I feel like what Rob said, it makes a lot of sense. It's definitely the community or the people, because I don't feel like I don't feel like the number of people that need SNAP benefits should be that high. And just like you said, you knew this shutdown could possibly happen. You could have like got you a job or found ways around this. But as far as the political parties, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of both. Of why it's shut down, and hopefully eventually they sort it out. But I'm the type of person, I feel like even with SNAP benefits, it should be a limit on how long you are on SNAP benefits. You should have maybe a max 2 to 4 years, because I feel like in that time you can get you a trade, you can go to school, find yourself, a job or something that officially take care of yourself. So as far as the shutdown, it's a little bit of both. And I know I've seen where they said that the Republicans have made, I think it's called CR, a clean resolution, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it is.
They had it for a whole month though.
Right, where they trying to vote like, look, we're going to give out SNAP benefits until we get a resolution for whatever is going on, or the holdup to take care of the other things. But the Democrats keep voting against that, saying no, if we're going to continue, or even for just this CR, we need you to agree on these certain things. We need the funds for this, and this. So, like I said, I believe it's a community, because you allowed yourself to be so reliant on handouts and something that's free. Now, if you are a disabled veteran, or if you are a veteran, I feel like if you're a veteran, those things you should get anyway. If you're disabled, you have kids, early age, I feel like yes. But if you can get a job and you able, you should. So like I said, I'm hoping eventually they figure something out. But yeah, I keep seeing videos where the Democratic side, they are saying that's their leverage to get what they want. That's what they're saying. This is our leverage to get the things that we want.
Yeah, that's the only leverage they have.
Yeah, that's the only leverage they have. So they kind of holding it up. Like,
it was the way they put it that was just so egregious. Like, we know the people are suffering, but
we're gonna use that to we're gonna make that lean on you. Yeah, like we're gonna use that as a bargaining chip, or we want you to feel that the citizens are suffering. So we just gonna hold back. And not like they basically just want whatever the things.
Blackmail to a certain degree.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Because basically saying like, if we say we have a problem, we both got a problem, and we're stopping some progress. But then once I say, look, we can make some progress, while we work on the other things that we have an issue with. And if we like, look, we willing to go ahead and take care of this part of it, or of this situation, which is giving out SNAP benefits and all those things. And then you got one side that said no, because we need this. The things that we're bargaining for, we want all of it before you even.
Right.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. It's you saying it's a negotiation, but it's really not a negotiation. It's just, you like I said, you're holding that leverage to say, okay, this is what we want. We're gonna call it a negotiation, but this is just what we want. It's no negotiation. We're not rewriting anything. You just give us this, and we'll open it back up. And the other side is saying like, we can't do that because that's not right. The stuff that you have in here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look,
like we agree with that part of it, but we don't agree with all this other stuff you put in here.
And this is the thing, like, and I was watching the video and I was talking to my son. My son 12. So, and one of the senators, and I'm not sure if he's if he's a relative of the Kennedys, Senator John Kennedy, but I'm not sure if he's related to the Kennedys. But this, and I'm thinking like, this is like an SNL skit, because one of the things he said, I'm reading the things you want. He said, you have a pastry class for Haitian male prostitutes.
Yeah.
You have a pastry class.
$3 million.
And when I told my son, he was scratching his head. He said, for one, why is it so specific? Why is it Haitian male prostitutes? And why do they need a cooking class? Why are they, like, why is that one of them?
Where is this class at? Where are they, like, what is this?
This is what Democrats want.
Or this is something, no. This is something they were paying money to.
No, but they want that.
Yes, and they want it also
back. Yeah, they want that back.
They had some things.
Hold on. So it's a Haitian pastry.
No, it's male Haitian prostitutes pastry class.
So anybody in the comment section that know any male
Haitian male prostitutes
that's benefit from this, please let us know.
That's like the small thing. Like you ain't.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I just want to know if anybody took this class.
It's a couple of them that I remember. So that's one. They're paying for circumcisions and vasectomies in Uganda.
Yep. There you go.
That's one.
All right, but okay. So this is just me playing devil's advocate because I don't know, but. Are these circumcisions based off of religion? Like, are they doing this to push the Christianity agenda? Let me finish. Because a lot of these groups that go to all these other countries that do this work for Jesus Christ or Christianity, they'll hold a lot of things over their head in order to get them to convert. And the only reason why I know this is because my brother-in-law is Senegalese, and when they would come to certain of these third world countries or poorer countries, they would come pushing an agenda. But in order for you to get said benefit, is for said, and I'm not saying I'm blaming the Republicans. No. I'm just explaining my question.
No, it's not a blame or anything like that, but it's just like, why is it that the concern of our country? Why our money going over there for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that a concern of us?
Right.
And that's where the issue comes.
But the religion is tied to the politics.
Yes, but they don't force that. They don't do that with us.
No, but I know that. But what I'm saying is, if you're associated to a political party, whichever one is right or left, is it Bible Belt, is it whatever the case may be, which one of them is benefiting from said program being sent to said countries? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, all of this stuff that we're talking about right now is the Democrat side.
Okay, go ahead.
But the whole point of it is just like they know what they call them GMOs. They know they're not putting the money towards that. Whose pocket is it really going to?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And even if why the hell is that the title for it? Like, you couldn't come up with that is just insane. And there's another one that I remember.
But they've been in power for so long, and they've been the leading party for so long, it didn't matter because they were approving all of their stuff. That's the reason why they went through with the waste, fraud, and abuse, and went through with a fine-tooth comb and started finding all this stuff and started getting rid of it, because the Democrats had been in power for so long, nobody was questioning none of the stuff they were doing. Yeah,
and this is another group that they had, LGBT. I'm sorry,
alphabet.
The LGBTQ2+. It was a group for them that said transgender boys pregnancy prevention.
Yep. What it was that was a different country too. I forgot what country that was.
Pregnancy prevention for trans. Like you're a boy, you're not getting pregnant. So, and that's the thing with my son. He was like, but they're boys, like they're not getting pregnant. So,
it was research.
Yeah. So, like it's just a lot of stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. Why?
This is actually what they had in their bill written up.
Yeah.
That's what they want back.
That's
some of the things they want back.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't fold for that either. Though. Like, cause you just tossing money. And the thing, what gets me is, like, even like when it comes down to like having health insurance, what kills me, I don't know if y'all remember, but and I don't know if it's always been this way, but it was to a point, if you didn't have some sort of health insurance, you were going to have to pay a fine for it, right?
Yep.
You have to pay a fine for it. So if you went the whole year and didn't get some type of health insurance, guess what? You get fined for it. So you might as well get something, because either way you're going to have to pay.
Right.
And the thing is, what I'm assuming what the Republicans are saying is like, how in the hell do you give immigrants, they come here, they get free health care, but you're going to charge the people that's citizens, that's been citizens. Like, how do you... Like if they get, I want free healthcare. I want it. If they can get it, I want it too. Or like, how the hell do I get fined because I don't have it? But then you got somebody to come in and just give it to them.
Right. You're gonna send us a big bill and they don't get nothing but a happy meal.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know, man. Like I ain't gonna lie. As long as I've been living, this is one of the first times.
My whole thing is to shut. That's a small part of it. I know they make it a big part of it because that's the part that they using to play against us. The people, they know they can use the healthcare bill to kind of get the people amped up, but I think it's the underlying stuff is what the bigger issue is, because like I say, the Republicans are saying we don't mind tackling this healthcare situation. It's all this other stuff y'all got out here we ain't trying to sign for, and the thing about it is, if we're all trying to say keep the government open and just let us have a negotiation while the government is open, and you're saying no, the leverage we have is the government being shut down. That's what's going on. Like you're holding the American people hostage and saying, and the crazy thing about it, like Bernie, and I was surprised Bernie Sanders said it. They asked about the Senate and Congress taking their paychecks away, because they still getting their paychecks. And he said, the first thing came out his mouth was, those people have kids that they need to feed. Like, Bernie Sanders said that.
See, what happened is, they caught him with his, they wasn't, I don't think they was trying to catch him with his guard down. But he said what he was fucking feeling.
Yeah. Well, they all be getting caught saying.
Yeah, and they actually catching people saying what they feeling and not what they're portraying, because they portray one thing, but they feel a different way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the reasons why I like Donald Trump. He say what the fuck he mean.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the biggest things is like one of the issues that people have with politics in general is a lot of bills that's being passed, a lot of things being fought for is affecting the people that's not necessarily making these decisions outside of just voting. Like a lot of, like for example, like you just said, these politicians is not losing no benefits or not getting paid. And I feel like if you're gonna be making these decisions, you should be directly affected by whatever decision you make in whatever community you are making them in. Because a lot of these politicians is making rules, regulations, and bills and passing things for communities they never even visited. Like even with MARTA, like the CEO of MARTA got in trouble because he got caught not riding MARTA at all. Like it was all these other people that was riding MARTA that worked for MARTA, but the only person that never touched MARTA was the CEO of MARTA. This happened like last year sometime. So it was like
you need to ride MARTA for. You got a
But they were saying like he making these decisions and changes of MARTA for something that he never even experienced.
Yeah, that's what it always is.
You know what I mean? So it's like people, and then me personally, I don't trust the Democrats and Republicans. I don't trust Trump. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust Biden. I don't trust Kamala. There's a lot of people I don't trust. I kind of resonate with the Democrats a little more, but a lot of things that I hear and I understand, and the way I feel about it is like I feel like they needed a bad guy to get past what they're doing right now. And I could be wrong. I feel like Donald Trump is the face of something that the Democrats and Republicans came together on. And like, look, we need to fuck some shit up for a little while. who gonna be the face of that? And I feel like they try to put Trump in front of it, which I could be wrong. It's just a conspiracy theory that I have. It ain't nothing that I have backed by any fact or logic or anything like that. It's just a thought that I have. Like
I'm listening to
No, because I feel like they needed a bad guy to like, yo, we gotta fuck some shit up for right now. And then not only that, like not only just Snap, but the government, people that's working in government. Like I got a nephew in the military. We talked to him yesterday, me and Rob, that's not getting paid. I had sent him some money the other day, and it's like, yo, y'all got y'all motherfuckers out here that's actually getting prepared to go to a potential war that's not even getting paid. Like it's not only motherfuckers that is able-bodied that's not getting the benefits, but I feel like the people that are working ain't getting enough. Like I'm like in this moment of motherfuckers that's not getting paid, all because of a stalemate on some bullshit. And if it is about prostituting Haitians, like, come on, it's crazy. Like, I never heard that shit.
That's the shit that's in the like.
But that's a wild shit that like really like.
That's the shit. That's some of the shit that's in their bill.
I literally sent all of that stuff to somebody the other day. They was just like, this ain't going on. This. I said, look, they come out every day and literally tell you all of this stuff. Like they do a press conference every day.
And real quick, that's another part of the problem. You really don't know what the fuck to believe. Because I just literally sent Rob like 2 days worth of shit on social media that I didn't even watch. But it goes against every narrative, every fact, every thought that Rob tell me and say. But it's like, you don't know, and it'll get it'll get like 300,000 likes and 65 million comments or more facts behind facts that he'd say that's completely wrong. And it's like, yo, what the fuck are you supposed to believe? Real quick, one more thing, and I'll let y'all go. And even the motherfucking Republicans, like, I'm not a hater of the wealthy. I'm not. I know.
But they're not wealthy. Let
me finish.
Let me finish.
Yeah. He don't know.
I'm speaking as far as tax breaks. I'm talking about the wealthy. I'm not talking about Republicans and being. I'm just saying the wealthy in general. Mm-hmm. Like I tend not to trust the 1% more than I would trust the people that's amongst me. Meaning, I feel like hypothetically, like immigrants. I feel like a lot of these businesses was built on the backs of immigrants. A lot of things was built to get to a certain place, and now that we in this business now, it's like, yeah, fuck y'all, get out of here. I don't feel like it's just y'all just above and beyond and don't want these immigrants here because y'all want to do better for the people of us. I feel like it's an ulterior motive. What that is, I can't sit here and put my finger on and say exactly what it is and back it up with numbers and facts, but I do feel like it's an ulterior motive that we just not seeing, and I could be wrong.
Okay, so one of the things is, I don't think he's saying all the ones that's been here for years and years. It's just the fact that it's come up, and when you do it, like all of them getting bunched in. But what happened is with Biden, during his term, he allowed. Mm-hmm. They brought
to get more votes. Right.
And then he's saying, Trump saying like, what they did was empty out their prisons and empty out, and they just sent over whoever. Mm-hmm. So. And then, like you said, you don't necessarily trust the 1% more than
the common folk.
The thing is, like, I don't either. But at the same time, like when I look at Trump, I know you're not a politician.
Right.
You're not. And this whole tariff thing and some of the things he done, like when they look back at old videos in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken,
they was talking about it.
He said, would you run for president? He said, no, I don't really want to. But if I did, I'm putting tariffs. I'm putting those in place. So this is something he always said.
Right.
This is something Nancy Pelosi said. This is something Barack Obama said.
Yeah, everybody talking about putting tariffs in.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And they said the same as that. Donald Trump was the only one willing to actually do it.
Right.
You know? Yeah, and this is another thing too.
About the tariffs, that's the whole reason why we don't have a lot of different foreign vehicles and SUVs and shit like that, because it costs too much for the production. So this has been a thing for a while. It ain't nothing new. But it's just getting more limelight now. Right?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But I was saying when it comes to the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, I don't necessarily put Trump in the mix of none of that because they don't necessarily, neither one of them necessarily works with him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he's part of the Republican Party, but only because he had to make a choice of someone to run up under when it comes down to that. But at the end of the day, like, his movement is totally different from them because a lot of the stuff that he does beforehand, they fought against him as well, you know.
Not only that, like this is the first time some of the stuff he's doing I've seen from any president.
So what?
Well, yeah,
The stuff that he's doing, I've never seen this from either side.
And to your point, real quick, that's the conversation.
He's not even a part of either
But that's
side.
the conversation me and Rob been having is whether or not this shit work, what he's trying to implement or not, we're gonna be able to hold specifically him to these moments that's happening right now because they so distinctive. So
right.
yeah, definitely.
I honestly, in the long run, people gonna look back and be like, that made or because now if I have this debate with my little cousin and some of his friends, and every time it's not necessarily off of facts, it's more so off of their feelings.
Right.
People don't like Donald Trump.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it comes down. I really don't care this and that, but I listen to the things like, this is what I want to do, this is what I believe, and I'd be like, a lot of that shit benefits me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I sit back, it benefits me. Honestly, what Kamala Harris was talking about, not much of it benefited me. I don't have nothing against transgender, but I do not want transgender men in the bathroom with my daughter, with my aunts, my little sister, with my friends. I don't want them there.
I can give two rats asses about doggone Roe v. versus Wade.
I don't want them there.
Care about none of that.
When it comes down to abortions, I honestly believe you have 4 to 5 different options before abortion is needed. So that doesn't affect me. I am going to be 39 this month. And yes, I have once before participated in a damn abortion, but that's when I was a little more irresponsible. I was a little less responsible at the time. But now I haven't had a scare because I know I don't want to. If you do not want if you do not want to have a child, then make sure you do the things to prevent having to get an abortion. So it's a lot of things. So I'm like, all right.
Real quick about the abortion thing, I disagree with both of y'all. I feel like if we in a free country, do what the fuck you want.
Me, I do.
That's the whole point. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
So y'all saying that this shouldn't even be a fight. Let them do it.
No, this is the thing. No, this is the thing right here.
Because the way it came off is like y'all was saying they shouldn't be able to.
No.
This is the thing.
I'm just letting you know how I heard it.
No, this
so
is the thing.
Clarify that.
This is the thing. You're hearing that's what the other side. You're hearing that the Republicans are saying. Oh, we don't want y'all to have abortions. Donald Trump them said no. Do whatever you want to do. We don't care. You do it within your state. We don't care. Let states choose.
There's a state.
We're not getting the
but they're making it illegal though. Huh? Are they not making it illegal?
No, they're not touching it at all.
That's the state doing it.
They said the federal government has
saying in general they're touching that law to make it illegal.
No.
I'm not saying federal. I'm saying in general, people.
Oh, the states
in general.
They leaving it up to the state. So whatever state you're in.
So he said
So this is what it is. It's up to the people to vote for it.
Yes, I get that.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is it's still on the table.
Right. But the thing is, it is on the table. But what the thing is they saying Trump is saying it. They're boxing him or saying, oh, that's your policy.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It's
so
not
that's
him.
just like they said he getting rid of the Board of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? He's saying there's no need for that to be federal.
Right. Because they're not putting those funds towards the school. They doing whatever they want to do with it.
Right. So he said we're going to leave that to the state.
I know that, right? Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So that's what that is. So what happens is they just box.
And a lot of people don't know this stuff. They don't know that the state actually pays for the schools. It's not the actual federal government that pays for it. Whenever
I see it, I'm like, let me go, before I even speak on it, I'm like, let me do a little bit of research on this.
And the reason why he did that was because he said he was riding through these towns and seeing all these board of education buildings that had nothing in them.
Yeah.
And so what are they doing with those? They say they're going to sell them off and get the money for them and use them. You know,
I was going to make a point about the wealthy. What was you going to say?
Oh yeah, I
went way away from that.
Well, you see,
I'm trying to bring.
He said he said you said the basically Republicans
are
wealthy.
No, I was saying I don't trust the 1% more, and the reason
why
the reason why I associated with the Republicans because I associate Donald Trump with the 1%.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so we're on the same page.
Yeah. So I wasn't saying anything, but if more wealthy Democrats than the Republicans.
I agree with that. Even
all the billionaires, there's a couple of billionaires on the Republican side. All the other most of the billionaires on the
this is another thing.
Side. The convention, they was like $50,000 a ticket. The Democratic convention. The Democratic convention, the tickets.
Yeah. See, this is another thing. I feel like
shit like the Super Bowl.
I feel like even when they had these conventions or say, "Oh, this Republican is endorsing," I'm sorry, Oprah is not a motherfucking Democrat. But she be out there parading her ass is not a Democrat. Because what they saying is just like now, this new mayor in New York.
Yeah.
Basically saying is what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you free grocery free this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tax the richer people. They already getting taxed 50%.
Yeah.
So then like
it's going bad and it's going bad.
So
what's going on right now. It's turning left.
I feel like everybody should be basically taxed almost the same percent. What you make, I'll take 2%. What they make, you take 2% or whatever.
Do you know how much the rich are getting taxed in New York?
50 already. 50%.
Already 50%.
50%.
Real quick, let me say this. Back to the point of SNAP and everything like that. We can go back to this point. I forgot to say this one thing. I feel like if they're going to be, we are as a people going to be less reliant on the government and everything like that, they definitely need to take back on all these taxes that people are paying. Like the state, the federal, Social Security and everything like that, because if it comes to a time where it's time for me to get my Social Security and y'all giving me hell about it, it's going to be a problem. So I feel like if it is going to be less government, they got to start taxing less on everything.
But see, okay, that's one of the things Trump say. When a man, if a man tell you, say, I don't want the IRS, how the hell do you go against it?
Right, no,
and
definitely.
then actively taking steps to try to get rid of it, and then people like, no.
They
we don't like you. No.
I haven't heard about saying that.
They don't say no to it, but they say, but the tariffs, we're going to have to pay more. That's the first thing. Because when he put tariffs in place, he said, I'm putting this in place
to replace
the taxes.
Eventually,
Basically, he said, why make the citizens pay when you can make other people with the things we sell? Right. And so what everybody say is, man, everything going to cost more. I can tell you right now, TVs may go up, but how many TVs you buy a year? Right. You get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every month. You buy a TV every 5 to 10 years, 15. So you can budget more with your money. You can't budget your taxes because they taking it out regardless.
Right. I literally saw what tariff does. You can go into a gas station and you can find look for a charger, and the little $5 chargers are now like $19. But guess what? The American made good chargers that last a long time are still $20.
Yeah. And this
so like the thing about it is, it's just, the stuff that comes from overseas that they made for dirt cheap to break, and we have to keep on going back to buy again. Like it just makes you compete with that. You know what I mean?
And then another thing he said, I put American companies. When you move out of America, I'm going to make sure the tariffs on you are higher. Because what you're doing is you taking money out of the American pocket, but you still want to sell to Americans. So John Deere said, we're going to move to Mexico. You move to Mexico, I'm going to make sure those tariffs on your products are much higher. So now let's move back, because if you leave, there's jobs you take.
Right. And if you're a country that tries to get around tariffs, like going through China or transporting China's tariff, you're going to get hit with your tariff plus China's tariff.
So there's some companies that's in China that moved to Taiwan and different countries to avoid certain tariffs that was coming in so they could lower their production costs, which was this whole idea was introduced by, Bill Clinton, as far as sending all these companies to these other countries. Now the whole idea of these companies manufacturing coming back, us reestablishing this middle class, I'm all for 1,000%. But do I trust that it's going to be implemented and actually happen? There's a part of me that's skeptical about it. I would love for the middle class to come back and where it be a strong middle class where these manufacturing jobs come back and trades be more important. And me and Rob even talked about this. Even if they do bring these manufacturing jobs, I hear all the time people say a lot of it is going to be automated. It's not going to be the same thing as it was before back in the day. And
I don't think it's going to be the same, but you can still get they going to need technicians.
Right. But they also said they're going to fast track the high schools and stuff like that is where they're going to start teaching more tech type stuff into the schools. They're going to implement that so people can come out ready made to kind of work in the factories instead of trying to go to colleges and stuff like that. And that's another reason why that situation with them K2 what it was, K2 visa, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, with the Indians.
Yeah, with the Indians.
So I had a conversation with Zena about this, and she was saying just so we clear, they are trying to raise the price on these K2 visas. I believe it's K2. I could be wrong. The price is up to them to where it's an astronomical amount, so they can't keep hiring. Yeah, they can't keep a year annually, so they can't keep hiring all these Indians and different guys from the other countries that are supposedly superiorly educated to do all these IT jobs. So it's gonna force Americans to start hiring start educating and get Americans up to speed.
But that's not necessarily what was going on. What
I'm saying the plan.
Yeah, everything has been done for a reason because they've been doing the research on what's been going on.
Right.
That's the reason why they get caught. The K2 visas was for them. For them to come over here and maybe hire a couple of them, but they were supposed to hire Americans, and then if Americans couldn't do the job, we would hire the K2 visa people. Right. So this is what they were doing. They were putting them in fly-by-night schools in America, and not necessarily giving them good training, and then they'll give them like about a 3-week course to only Indians, and then they'll bring them to what they call and give them on the job training. And it's just like, that's not fair to the Americans, because now y'all got all these tech guys that's Indian with all these high-paying jobs, and all the Americans are struggling in the city that are actually from the country. They just sending their money back to their country.
And that go back to my point of trusting the 1% or a lot of these different corporations, because they're going to find a loophole. All that shit was a loophole.
Right, but see, that's the thing. Trump don't give a fuck about this. See, this is the first.
I know, but he one of them.
But
and that's my hesitation.
Right, so
he knows what they're doing.
Right, no, I'm with you. I'm just stating I'm just being honest. That's why
he is, but I feel like, okay, that's why you said, because there's no reason. That's why you thinking like, they can't like him either.
Right.
Because like, you fucking up their money too.
They say like so many billionaires lost so much money because of Trump this year.
Yeah, but you mad at the New York mayor for saying it.
What?
If you were being, he didn't really say that. It was a meme.
No.
They were saying, he was making fun of people that was hating on the guy getting elected as a New York mayor. And one of the jokes was, if you a millionaire today, when I get elected tomorrow, you won't be tomorrow. But it was just a joke.
And the thing about it was, the reason why
he kept saying he was gonna tax them so much.
Yeah. The problem about that was, you saying that you're gonna tax all these millionaires and billionaires. When you got when a billionaire gave you $40 million to campaign your, George Soros gave you $40 million.
But like you said too, though, a lot of times when you got that much money, one thing that make them feel better is philanthropy. So
is that philanthropy?
I mean, giving back and helping people that free fucking trains. The free food.
No, he didn't get no money for that.
No, I'm saying that's what he was pitching. So the dude that got the money, if he talking about giving back and helping, that's why he probably gave the money.
The day after he got elected, he flipped the whole script on.
I know that, but I'm saying initially why he got the money. If I'm selling my whole campaign on being this, not a martyr, but this person that's gonna give back to the communities, and I got all this money and shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, good, philanthropy, good, take care of the people. And then I turn my back and he changes. That ain't his fault. That's the dude that did it.
The funny part about it, they say only 20% of New Yorkers actually voted. Most of them didn't even know there was an election.
All right, so one of the topics we want to talk about was no hip hop songs being in the top Billboard 100 for the first time. I believe it was like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And my question that I got about it is hip hop falling off? Is it not, producing the same way it used to? Or is just a younger generation fumbling the culture in the moment with everything the way they doing it? We can start with you, Chuck, first. Tell me what you think about it, how you feel.
I don't know, because I don't measure good music by if it's on the Billboard. And to be honest with you, most of the time, to me, the song that's on the Billboard off of a particular album that I like, I normally don't like those or don't pay much attention to it. But I know they said the fact that hip hop isn't in the top 100 for the first time, it's between 35 to 25 years or something like that. I don't think it's necessarily falling off. Maybe to the mainstream, it may be, but it was definitely some good music that came out. To me, it's 4 or 5, maybe even more than that, albums that I think that came out this year that was amazing. Those hip hop albums. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand or know why it's not on the billboards or how it works. But I don't think that means hip hop is falling off. Maybe mainstream wise, it might be, but I don't know, because I'm not sure exactly the songs that's on the top charts right now. I don't know. And what tends to happen is when someone drops an album, their entire album ends up on the Billboard charts.
Right.
And to be honest with you, nobody's dropped a hip hop album really that I can think of that's a big artist within the last couple of months.
That's like wildly commercial.
Yeah, it hasn't been too many albums that dropped this year. It's been earlier this year. I don't recall any hip hop albums within the last 2 months that dropped. maybe JID, and JID is good, but he's not a mainstream artist,
right.
so it doesn't necessarily make it to the charts. And he might be independent now, so I don't know.
They were saying something like even Drake not on there right now, even though he dropped some singles. But another thing they were saying, they changed some of the rules to where if it's a certain age, they remove it from being qualified to be on, because the last person that was qualified to be on it was Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
So once it got to a certain age, I don't know exactly how long it be, but once it gets a certain age frame, they'd take it off of being qualified to be on there too. So that's like one of the most recent changes they made. To your point of it being,
I didn't.
I guess that's for going for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end.
Yeah, because I know the Kendrick album, The Good Kid, Mad City, has been on the charts since it released.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing I'm saying. It's like one of the longest running ones out there. Do you feel like the generation now is carrying a flame enough to where it could be sustainable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I think it's a lot of good music that came out. And I don't even think it's just up to the generation now, because last year, Killer Mike dropped the album, won a Grammy, and it was a great album.
It was dope.
A really good album. This year, you got the Clips that dropped the album, and they're like 40 plus. I think if I'm not even
that Clips album on rotation.
Yeah, and like that was a great album. And so the thing is, the younger kids don't listen to Clips, or younger generation don't listen.
But that's the stigma behind it. Oh, it's like hip hop supposedly has an expiration date, and other genres don't have an expiration date when it comes down to their artists and stuff like that. And like you say, the Clips is coming out with albums, Killer Mike coming out with albums, but the younger people aren't listening to it. But you know, you get Mick Jagger come out with something tomorrow and it goes #1, you know.
I feel like we've been doing a lot better with that though, because like especially living in Atlanta, you stay seeing older guys touring now.
Yeah, you see them touring,
a lot better.
But you don't see them with longevity in career. Like as far as like they come out with new stuff, but it's not being pushed the way the white artists get their stuff pushed, regardless of how old they are. Dolly Parton could come out with something right now. The country station's gonna go crazy, you know?
Yeah. I think that's, like they said, the hip hop was a young man's sport supposedly, but that's because it was such a young genre.
Exactly, it's
not
the
young
newest genre of music.
Yeah, and it's not young no more. Like honestly, if Jay dropped something, if Ye dropped, a lot of them, Method Man, Nas, like if they drop albums, like a lot of people gonna listen to it. It's just the younger generation doesn't normally gravitate towards it. Mm-hmm. They gravitate towards the newer music. And one thing is, I feel like with hip hop, it's always subgenres.
Right.
In hip hop, like it's always something new. Like me, I'm by far the furthest fan of Playboy Cardi, but it's like a genre. They call it like punk, hip hop, or rock. I don't know.
I couldn't name one song.
It's steady evolving, and it's evolving fast.
I don't necessarily call it evolving. I just think it's putting a little twist on it or whatever. But
nah, it's definitely evolving. You listen to it like from the past 30 years, like it's changed so dramatically.
Yeah,
you know,
the music, as far as I think the way the beats sound. But like I said, I don't think it's falling off, because you still. I'm not gonna stop listening to it. I'm not about to primarily gonna listen to country or rock music.
I just remember growing up, man, and you hear stuff on the radio, or you hear like on certain songs. We listen to albums. I don't think a lot of people don't listen to albums anymore. But
that's a good point, because the attention span ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, but you would listen to albums and like you hear certain bars and everything, you would like literally be going crazy. Like you heard what he just said? That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The way they just put things together, and now and you got artists now that do that, but that, like you said, it's not the mainstream artists. Like I don't hear no mainstream artists where I just listen to them and I be like.
Another thing, when back in the day, like you gotta realize, you can name 10 artists, like rappers, 10. And of course, they're going to have their shine. Yeah. Or they're going to promote them. But now it's so much music to listen to. Back in the day, like you listen to the radio. That's what you did. I don't know many people that literally listen to the radio now.
You can't listen to the radio because it's the same thing over and over.
But that's what it's always been.
Yeah. Nah, but before the artist, like you said, before the artist The
just
music,
a wider variety.
It was very, very much a wide variety of it. Now every song sounds like the last song, and
right.
I think that's a big problem too.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the mainstream, they don't give us no variety anymore. We got to actually go out and search for our variety now. You know.
Right. And like I said, I haven't listened to the radio in a while to even know. It's just I know it's certain artists
Yeah,
that
the
I
one
like.
getting the most play is Whammy Whammy.
Yeah. But see that even
Take
that,
me through there.
but see even that though I'm not upset with because I feel like it's a place for a lot of it.
It's a place for it, but when everything on the radio is pretty much that, it kind of gets redundant.
Yeah.
To me.
And like I said, so now it's hard because you can concentrate on 5 to 10 artists.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because even me alone, like I can sit back and tell you like 10, 15 to 20 artists, like I listen to this, I listen to this. So it's hard to even focus. Like I've forgotten more music than I could even remember. Like, you know what I mean? And I got
definitely. I was listening to some music when I was at work the other day and a couple albums popped up. I was like, bro, I forgot this even existed.
Right.
And I used to listen to it daily.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then when it comes down to it on the charts, a new album that came out the last 2 months still has to compete with an album from 15 years ago,
right.
because the way because the way it's promoted now, it's streams now,
right?
Or so like most people, you listen to your music on streams. If you put an artist in and you like this artist, they're gonna give you that artist, and that's what's gonna play. So now it's even harder for newer artists to even penetrate your
FYP, if you will.
yeah. It's harder for them to even penetrate. Like you have to go look for it. Back then, like, this is a new artist on the radio. I'm about to listen to it.
But is a caveat to that though, because it's like back then they would put people in front of you they want you to see.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like you can make it on your own.
you can make it on your own now.
On your own.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
if you get one that go viral, then you there.
Yeah.
But Lizzo was talking about that recently, like. Because they was asking if she started over, what would you do different? She was just saying, like, I would just go straight on TikTok and just release music.
Yeah.
And you don't need everything that you needed back then. But I understand what you're saying.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So now.
And if you're in a city like Atlanta or like New York, create a movement around yourself, and then all of those people that's in your movement start viewing your stuff, which will create an algorithm, which will keep it consistently coming, and a lot of other people will just receive it from that point on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And then, like I said, that's another thing. You got to think about how many artists, even if you like them or don't like them, how just from Atlanta alone, how many artists that put music out compared to, let's just say, the 90s. Like you had Outkast, you had Goody Mob, you probably, and then after that you had Ludacris. Like you had 4 or 5 artists that was big from Atlanta, and you had some that was a little bit right. And then after that, like now, like you can walk outside and you might run into somebody that make music easily. So it's so much. It's hard to like I said, to get one artist to be that person.
I got a question though. So like I was thinking about this yesterday when I was thinking about this question. Do you think less involvement from the studios would be a benefit to hip hop? So it wouldn't be necessarily pushing one narrative, because that's what I was thinking. Like hypothetically, if it was falling off, if the numbers was down and it wasn't as profitable for these bigger studios and execs or whatever to be involved in it, I think we would get a better quality of music. Would you agree or disagree, Rob?
I agree, because I was just watching an interview. I think it was Memphis Bleak. Is it Memphis Bleak? Talking about J. Cole, how he was jealous of J. Cole.
Was he? I ain't hear that.
Yeah. He said he can't stand J. Cole because he did something that he would have never thought to do. He say they're working on a song, and Jay-Z and Kanye was like, "Yo, we want you to do this song here," and J. Cole stood up and just like, "Nah, I don't want to go that route." And he say, "Man, look," he say, "I was so mad because they actually took into consideration that ended up being like a #1 hit, the one that he actually chose to do." And he was just like, I never would have thought to just stand against the,
go against the grain, or go against the
grain and be like, nah, I want to go this route with my music, And it ended up being one of his biggest hits.
Bleak was never in a position of power to do that shit though.
Yeah, no, yeah, but
maybe when Cole did it, we don't know.
That's what
he
was saying. It was like J. Cole's first single.
Right, I got you.
So he wasn't in a position of power. He was just like, yeah, I'm doing my music like you gonna do it my way. Or I just go the highway,
Yeah.
What you think?
And he did that with Ho and Kanye.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there's less involvement from like the studios, you think hip hop would benefit from it? Because I kind of look at it like the government. If there's less government, I feel like we would do better.
I feel like we would. I feel like, to be honest, like now, I don't feel like the labels really do much. To be honest with you, I feel like
they don't.
I feel like the artists make themselves popular, and then the label go like, oh.
And that's another thing that they had back in the day. They don't do now. They expect the artists to develop themselves, and then they put invest into
they say that all the time.
But they don't have the artist development anymore, where they really have them coming in and going in. I remember back when where you actually had to come to the recording offices and actually perform for them, I remember them days, you had to go out there and say, well, they yay and nay, type situation.
But yeah, even that, I don't think that they know what the fuck they be talking about.
Right.
I don't think they really know. And just like now, they saying NBA YoungBoy is gonna get this contract, or big contract. I said for money, for money wise, it's good.
Yeah.
But for his music, I don't think it's gonna be good. For what his fan base like, because I feel like now they're gonna have too much involvement in what he does and how he makes his music. We want you to do this.
I think he's gonna stay on. I think what he got going on is exactly what they want. They want
what he right now?
Young boys. Wild.
Yeah, they do, but they're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna get you a feature, and they're gonna get some. Like he got a song with a country artist. Like that's not something. Like I remember, like me, like I listened to Gucci for the longest, and then he dropped the album with a bunch of Swiss beats on there. I hated it, and it's not because I don't like Swiss beats. It's just like this is not.
We love Swiss beats, but his beats be on necessarily.
You just said that ain't Gucci.
Huh?
That's not Gucci.
It's not him. That's not his formula.
It's not Zato.
You gotta be a special artist to rap on the Swiss beats, because you got to definitely command the mic like a DMX to take a Swiss beats to the next level.
But yeah, so like I said, I don't know, but I feel like artists, they do that. If you ain't on the charts, oh fucking well.
Right.
Like they push you, they want to, and make it seem like, oh, this artist is this big or this big. Like they push you, they want to, and it's just that simple.
Yeah, I think that it would benefit too. I think it'll be a lot more different creativity. I think it'll be a lot more freedom to do what they want to do, and a lot of different narratives wouldn't be pushed as much. And I feel like on the radio stations, it won't be the same songs getting played over and over and over again. I feel like people will be able to play what they want to play, because I do believe that these studios pay to get certain songs in rotation.
They definitely do, but then it's the choice of the people to also close the radio stations and let these stations know, yo, that's trash. You got to get that up out of here.
Right.
Like people got to just stop, because this is what they do.
But that's the thing,
they'll pay for the advertisement, and they'll play the song 100 times a day. Every 5 minutes, you hear the same song over and over, and then you be like, you hate the song, but by the end of the day, you just like, it's catchy.
And to your point, it's like back in the day, there used to be a lane to where you discover somebody too. Putting new artists on to discover them, to see like who's this new guy hopping out. Like with Big Sean, I read Big Sean book, he talked about that. Like they used to have freestyles on the radio. Like every Thursday he would go up there and freestyle all the time, and there'd be a bunch of other artists coming there, and that's how they discovered. Same thing happened with Meek Mill and Rick Ross. Meek Mill was freestyling, and Rick Ross came up to the radio station, and it's just shit like that.
But
like,
you know, Meek Mill was signed to T.I.?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. All right, so one of the last topics we're gonna talk about on this episode was Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought it was dope. I watched a good little part of it when they got inducted. I didn't watch the whole show. I just watched that part. I thought it was dope. They had Childish Gambino bring them up and tell them that they was inducted. Big Boy looked like he was in traditional Big Boy form with his fur on and everything like that. I thought it was dope that he brought all the Dungeon family up there and they was giving everybody a shout out. But we're gonna go to Chuck on this one because he's definitely probably the biggest Outkast fan up here besides Rob. What you think? How you felt?
I feel like it was very, very much well deserved. I'm gonna have to check and see because I don't know if they're the first group or artist from Atlanta to be inducted to the hip hop.
I'm gonna look it up.
Man, I'm sorry, not hip hop, but Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was dope. Like,
That's awesome, maybe.
I'm not sure, but I know. To me, I feel like with Outkast, they actually made people proud. Or between the Dungeon family, like the entirety of the Dungeon family and Outkast, I feel like they made people proud to be from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. One of the defining moments I feel like for Atlanta as far as entertainment is the Source Award when they accepted the award and they was booed. To me, that's like a big moment. And I don't know why, but I definitely hold it like real near and dear or whatever to my, like, you know, just to who I am. So I feel like it was great. I feel like, honestly, as far as hip hop, I would say they're the best hip hop group because I feel like they were well rounded and they from Atlanta. So
they say Sam and Dave was inducted as a soul duo in 1992. I don't know who that is though.
Yeah, I have to look them up. But yeah, like it was dope.
And like, Missy was inducted, but they say, you know, just because she live here.
Missy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not she from here. Clearly she from Virginia. But she live here.
But yeah, so like he said, Outkast, they came up. To me, I feel like they're the perfect opposite of each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Big Boy is
balance.
always kind of like, let's just say, but Andre is like sharp too. He's just got his own style, and I feel like he just relaxed now. Like he just in his own bubble and do what he want. Like Big Boy, I feel like he had a speech prepared. Yeah. Dre said he didn't have one, which to me, I feel like that's good. I know Akir said that he was expecting.
I was expecting
more from his speech, but to me,
it was on par.
It's not even that. It just made sense. Like I wasn't surprised by it because I feel like with him, as far as even music or just about the whole thing, he's satisfied with where he is.
Right.
And he's talking about Big Boy or Andre. This is what I think. I think Andre. I don't think he's satisfied.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he's satisfied. I think he wanted to be known for something more than just rap. That's the reason why Outkast got kind of halted in the first place. You know, he had to apologize to Big Boy about it because he wanted to do more than
just be a rapper.
Yeah. And he never got anything to really stick outside that. He's tried different things and stuff like that, but he hasn't like really took off with none of the other stuff. But I think he's proud that he was able to do it with just rap, but I think he wanted to be inducted for more than just rap, you know?
Well, as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't know if you could be, I think you can be inducted twice. Because if he goes on himself and I guess become a producer or another group or even solo, I think it could happen. But
he has been producing for them. But
yeah.
From that I think the Stankonia when they started producing for themselves because Organized Noise.
I think they actually were doing it before because they was called Earth Tones. Nobody knew that. Their production when they produced, it was called Earth Tones.
Okay, and the other one was Organized Noise.
Yeah, so they called between Big Boy and Andre, it was called Earth Tones.
Okay. To Rob's point, real quick, I feel like he's saying that. Well, the way I view it was he just felt like he mastered rap.
Yeah, he said he
just wanted to. You mean
he said he's not. He said it doesn't excite him anymore. Right. And then he said the bigger the group got, the further he felt like he got away from the fans and the crowd. He didn't like it.
I listened to him the other day. I was just like, this dude is a monster.
Yeah, so like he said, if he did a concert now, he would want to do it like at a flea market, basically, in a parking lot. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's basically saying, like, I remember I seen Outkast twice in a concert in the same year. I went to a festival, which was Counterpoint. Then they had their own at Centennial. So I went twice within like 2 months, 3 months, and it was definitely worth it to me. Like, I loved it. But I feel like it's well worth it. I definitely love that they brought out the rest of the Dungeon family because I feel like sometimes they kind of forgotten.
Yeah.
Like Good and Mom.
I feel like that was the whole point they were trying to establish. Yeah. Like everybody that was forgotten, this is for y'all.
Yeah. So, and then like how Big Boy, not Big Boy, but Andre just started shouting out just the most random Atlanta things. You know what I mean? The most random Atlanta things that people outside of Atlanta may not know or don't live here.
Did he say McDonald's?
He did.
I didn't get that. What the fuck with the McDonald's thing got to do with it?
I don't know. Maybe it was, like you ever been somewhere?
I was like, did he say McDonald's? McDonald's?
No, he said McDonald's. Like, all right, so remember when we stayed on
West End?
When the West End, that gas station.
Yeah.
That gas station was like a
Landmark.
like a landmark.
Spot.
Yeah, listen, my diet was terrible because we wasn't making no damn money. You had to pay rent. But I can tell you for sure, my diet was the Frito-Lay barbecue.
And whatever the fuck we give them the IKEA kitchen.
Yeah, that and the blue and the purple Powerade and some fucking oatmeal pies. So that's like a staple. Like I remember that. So that's probably a little spot they used to hang out. Just like they said, the dungeon. Like that was Rico Wade's mom's house. And he was like, his little sisters had to go to school, but they downstairs 4 or 5 in the morning making music. So the beats going and like shit, they probably not getting good sleep.
Right.
So like I said, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. My favorite group for sure.
Did you want them to perform? Because you said something about them performing.
Yes, it's not even necessarily perform. Like I
They got
want
a free concert coming here.
When?
I don't know. I gotta listen to the radio to find it again, but it definitely.
I mean, they about to do a pop up. Ain't nobody gonna know. And they just gonna have to be there.
They say they're gonna do one because of because of this right here. So they say they're gonna actually do a free concert. I forgot what it's gonna be.
See, I'm happy you said that because I'm about to go ahead and get some tickets. Just like I remember last.
It's gonna be free.
Oh, but you still gonna have to get in.
Yeah, you still gonna have to get in.
The parking gonna be $200.
You just gonna have to get it. You gotta get there like 10 hours early.
And it's another thing. So at Cascade Skating Rink, like I think I might have to go by there. They have a MARTA bus, and see, I didn't know.
It's MARTA bus.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's why they did the bus. I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that, but I had been seeing this bus. So the bus is at Cascade Skating Rink.
I haven't seen the bus. I seen it online.
Listen, what I'm saying, I seen it online.
See, and I knew about it because I had been hearing it on the radio for the past couple of months. I've been hearing about it.
See, I haven't.
And when they were doing the voting for it, they was all on the radio like vote for Outkast, vote for Outkast, vote for Outkast.
Oh yeah, I think it is a vote.
Who votes for you to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
You had to call in the people. The people vote. We vote.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
We got to call. They'll give them the number. They call.
This is one time I wanted my vote to matter, really matter, and I didn't even know. I didn't vote.
Well, I wish I knew y'all didn't know. I thought everyone knew.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely, I think it's real dope.
Yeah.
It's an international body over 1,200 artists and historians in the music industry and professionals. That's who vote to get you into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I wonder how many votes you have to get. And I wonder, was this, what they call it, unanimous?
It says a fan vote, a public vote can also play a role. The results from the annual online fan vote are counted as a single ballot to include anybody in the overall process.
I wonder if we could see the results.
Yeah, you might be able to.
That's what I want. I want to see the results.
They might have the results.
It says the artist's first commercial release must have to be at least 25 years before the year of induction.
Oh, and I think they just hit 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which song?
Matter of fact, hold on. They might be a little over because we in 2025. I think their first album was 94.
Yeah.
93.
They're over.
What?
They about 30. Yeah, they about 30 years.
First album release.
It's about 30 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Players Ball, 1994.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they just passed the year.
Yep. Number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100, 1994 certified gold.
Yeah. And see, doesn't it like even that like looking back, I think that's basically saying that's the highest they went. That's that particular song, 37. And what's crazy is like I remember when they won the Grammys for the Speaker Box Love Below. When they got up there and said like some people don't know who we are before this album or before they was like we got 3-4 albums before this.
I think see Love. I think everyone knew who Outkast was when Stankonia came out.
Right, but see, even then, that's the one that like Love Below.
Bumble a Bad Dad.
Yeah. But see, I gotta remember. See, when they won that Grammy, it's for Love Speaker Box Love Below because I remember they was dressed in green and they did the Hey Ya, I believe, or
Yeah.
But I remember him saying it like, we got albums before this,
Yeah.
So it's people that knew, but I don't think the masses knew. Like, I remember 2014 when I went to the Counterpoint Festival, and that's when Outkast, the first time they performed in like 15 years or something like that. And they said they're gonna be at Coachella. And I was like, I wanna go to Coachella. So I had like 3 homeboys. I was like, look, we're gonna go to Coachella. I looked up tickets, round trip, and hotels. And for 4 people, I think the whole package was like $800.
What? That's
crazy.
Exactly. That's the hotel, 2 hotel rooms.
Where the hell was it at?
Coachella.
California.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah. So okay, but
at
then
the moment.
so look, so I'm like, oh, we can do this. But then the tickets for Coachella
Yeah, I already know.
was like another $600 to $800. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that.
They weigh more than that now, man.
Right. And so look, let me finish. So I was like, all right.
Tariffs. I'm just playing.
So look, so I'm like, man, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to make that. But then they said they gonna go on a festival tour, and they was like, they gonna be in Counterpoint and Rome, Georgia. When I tell you, I was so happy because I'm happy I didn't go to Coachella because they was like, while Outkast was out there performing, all they whole little lineup, nobody knew most of the music, or they didn't necessarily pay attention until Hey Y'all and I Like the Way You Move came on. Yeah. And then they said Andre 3000 performed Hey Y'all with his back to the crowd because of that.
I met Big Boy in Everett, Washington. They it was crazy because I went to the military ball and went to the club afterwards with Big Boy and
who was the second person?
And Sippy Brown.
Oh, that's what you call him?
I like the way you move when it went.
Oh, I thought you called somebody Eric Washington. I'm tripping. My bad.
Everett, Washington. I was in Everett, Washington.
Oh,
Washington
okay.
State, yeah.
Okay. I was tripping.
Yeah, I met him then, but I think they performed I Like the Way You Move at the club that night.
We were supposed to do a song with Sleepy Brown, but I never pulled the trigger on it.
And Bone Crusher.
I was thinking about Bone Crusher.
That would like kind of been a good move. Just I feel like they even be in that circle.
No, I got to a point where I got tired of spending money on this shit.
Oh, okay.
Because we was paying motherfuckers like everybody. We paying everybody for everything.
Well, you got to pay for the features,
Yeah.
The features, the mixing, the artwork, getting this shit out. Like I was paying for so much shit.
Yeah. Shit. For real. I was having out with it. I was like,
they just
over doing that.
Yeah, man. Shit.
But yeah, if y'all would have kept paying shit, y'all might have been in the Hall of Fame.
Everybody keeps saying that shit. Why you stop? I was tired of paying.
Yeah. But
everybody was giving us good deals though.
No, there was. It was, but that's the thing. It wasn't nothing. I just wanted a change.
I was about to do something with Pastor Troy at one time. I need to be for him.
But yeah, I'm happy they made it. I wonder, like I said, I want to see the results or how many votes they got. Like, I wonder if there's somewhere we can find the results. Because like you said, there's 1,200 people that are considered, which are other artists. I'm assuming the artists, producers, and things like that. So I want to know, is there a place we can find the results for it?
He looking right now.
It'd be funny as hell if it came on who voted for them not to be in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who voted? Like, they gonna get hate me.
It says Outkast received just over 61,500 votes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fan vote, which was not enough to place them in the top 7 artists supported by fans. The specific number of votes needed to be inducted is not disclosed.